morning, sir. And we are waiting. Let's take ourselves through what we call the fundamentals of industrial security properly, which will give us an overview of the entire training, starting from now to the end of this particular program, to refresh us of what it really takes, what is our expectation, what our employers expect from us, a way of a refresher course before we begin with the slides. Once again, my name is Rauto Osagede Collins Osayande, Certified Security Specialist, member, Nigerian Institute for Industrial Security. By the grace of God, I am the Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer, Safe Integration System. Today's episode is featuring our security course training for security officers. Otherwise, permit me to call it Hear Me Talk About Security. Now, by and large, you take a very good at security operations, irrespective of the job title, being security supervisor, regional manager, central district director, even down to the operative, manning the perimeter fencing. We have one common goal, which is to guarantee the safety of lives, properties, information, and image of the host company, to deter threats that would have manifested either through arson, willful damage, espionage, laceram, murder, manslaughter, theft, conspiracy, assault, name it, and other criminal-related occurrences that will either manifest through any of these. However, we have one common goal, which is what? Guarding against loss. That is why they employ us. That is why we are being hired. That is why we are sent for training and retraining. Why this training and retraining? To keep us abreast of what is trending in the industry, so that we can what? Step up our game and not to be caught in the web of what? Complacency. Having the feeling that all is well, area is full and calm, it's double green. I mean, why? When you have a critical look at it, it is red. It is not green again. Some persons have left home to go to their duty in this job. At the end of the day, they will find out that they may be on their way. They are going, but they may not be going home. Guess where? To go and explain better in the nearest police station. So be prepared. Take a very good another instance. The mechanics, the traders, when they open at the end of the day and they resume their operations for the day, what do they do first? They bring out their tools, bring out their working materials, check their market. So it applies to security. Hence, I want to take us through our own tools box, which is the fundamentals of what? Industrial security. Crime doesn't just occur. So does accidents does not just occur. There are 4 constituent elements that must combine for a criminal operations to be successfully carried out. One may not be too relevant at this moment, but what is the first one in the crime triangle? The opportunity, the desire, and the intent for one to commit that crime. If you are able to deny these criminal elements, one of it, you have to some extent curb the threat from manifesting. The desire they've nurtured, the intention they have, if you remove the opportunity for them to commit the crime, you have thwarted the other two. Another one is the case of fire incidents. Fire doesn't just occur on its own. There are 3 constituent elements that must combine. The oxygen, heat, and what? There is the oxygen.
And fuel.
Fuel. The fuel here is not a petrochemical product per se, but any combustible material that if given the opportunity to combine with the other two, then there will be a case of what? Fire outbreak. You can see that however you put it, always ensure you deny these assailants of the opportunity. And always being in line, with your SOP.
the Golden Book of Security, the Standard Operating Procedure. It covers the entire location. Why work order or bit order is assigned to one particular bit in the location. Are we talking security? Yes. Moving on. Now, cases of criminal activities, we have mentioned, you won't deny them what? The opportunity. Cases of emergency, say for example, deny them of what? The opportunity for the three constituent elements to combine. However, it is a globally accepted fact that there are measures always put in place to guard against these laws, which will narrow down as 6 days of industrial security. Can remind us, I will give you some, then someone else can just simplify by raising his hand to complete. Detect, delay, deny, deter, detain. Remaining one. It's under review. A lot of persons, security experts and safety practitioners, we are still deliberating on that. Destroy. There are instances where someone that have been identified as a criminal element can be destroyed. Take for example, you might be in the line of your duty as an executive protection agent. There is a threat which you will never give room to manifest. What do? You order the mobile police to do your job. If one is gone down, have you not destroyed that person? Look at it from another instance. A 60-year CSO cannot unravel the circumstances behind the 60 million naira that the company is deficit of. If a security manager cannot investigate and find out the root cause that led to the shortage of about 60 million naira, he's going, but he may not be going home. He will need to what? Explain better. And if sentenced, especially if you have to do with a grapevine, say for a case of such a huge amount of money, or a case of murder within the facility, and CSO cannot do investigation and explain, you will have to go for it. I think not destroy that person if he's sentenced to a number of years imprisonment. So it now depends on the nature of job where you work. That is how you can work, use it to relate to the seized thing. However, if all of these are put together, the 6 days of industrial security, which we can refer to as what? The proactive measure, which have the intention to stop it from happening, then we may have to what? Be subjected to the reactive measure. While the proactive measure is focusing on stopping it from happening, so that we will not be running from pillar to post. The reactive measure only focuses on what? Response and recovery. Meaning it has happened. We are now looking for what is the way out. So which will you prefer? Proactive or reactive? Proactive. To stop it from happening. So that when you are going, you will go home straight. Instead of going to go and explain better. When you hear he may be going, he may not be going home. You will need to what? Visit the nearest police station. Let's keep it at the back of our mind and keep ourselves abreast of all of these. Now, only to add to that of the cases of emergency, say fire outbreak for example, there is a globally accepted security firefighting formula, especially at the elementary stage, meaning when it is trivial. What you can see handled, it is called PATS. We are all familiar with what? Fire extinguishers, right?
Yes.
That is the formula. Where you have to pull the pin, aim the base, squeeze the lever, and sweep from side to side. Bear in mind that there are different classes of fire. So also, there are different types of fire extinguishers. So you need to know which and which is applicable. Get this right, and don't go and add a petrol to an inferno that is already in existence. Secondly, should any of these measures at the end of the day still fail, go back to what? The basics. It is not good for the business owners to be the one telling you as a CSO. The CSO, look at what has happened. Go and investigate. You may be going, but you may not be going home. You are in the right position to pre-inform the business owners what has happened. This is the step you have taken, and this is the step you are still taking to unravel the root cause and effect. Investigation is ongoing. Moving on, prepare a preliminary report. Should there be any form of situation or grant? There are different types of what? Reports. There is routine report, incident report, investigative report. Investigation per se is not time-based because most of the people involved or suspected rather may not be fully available. Some may be on leave, some may be off duty. That is why you cannot determine a specific time for investigation until all circumstances are being unraveled. But there must be what? A report put across. You must take note that report should not be based on your emotions. It is not an avenue for you to revenge over what this person did to you before. We work together somewhere. This is what he did. It is my turn. No. Report must provide answers to the globally accepted investigative security questions. It must answer the 5WH, the what, the who, the when, the where, the why, and of course, the how. 5WH. Investigative report must provide answers to all of these. However, and in conclusion, you must always bear in mind the BCM, Business Continuity Management Policy. Bear in mind that everything you are stating in your report, the management will have a review over it to make business decisions. On that note, we have to assure ourselves that we are back on top of our job again. Now we have reaffirmed, we have addressed the fundamentals of the basic security functions. Any questions so far before we proceed? Observation, contribution, questions, please go ahead.
I have just to complement what you say by saying you may be going no.
Yes.
But you have to do something where I explain better.
Yes.
An incident happens sometimes in the home.
Okay.
I was at home and
Okay.
I was called to come and explain better. So when you say explain better, I came
It now refresh you of what has happened.
to come and explain better.
Explain better.
So, and a tip of advice for creatives that most times they want to already go home, they want
Yes.
to already close from their shifts. But most didn't know that even as you are going home, you can be called back to come and
Of
explain
course.
better.
Of course.
So it is an advice at this point that don't already go home because by already be called back to come and explain.
Come and explain better.
So take your time to hand over properly, hand over by report, hand over by showing what you are handing over to the person.
Exactly.
Not hand over the tea.
And you hurry home.
And you go home.
Thank you so very much. I hope we are picking from what the class governor is saying.
Yes.
Don't hurriedly go home and don't be late for work. Proper handshake in a nutshell. That is what the class governor is telling us. Proper word, handshake. Arrive your beat early enough. You have enough time to keep up. You have enough time to confirm what they are handing over to you before you write taking over report. And never you assume in the line of duty. I thought, no. You may be called for proper observation to come and air your view. And be it note from now henceforth that this idea of writing your handing over report when you have not seen your reliever, it has to stop. What if there is a situation where are you going to log it? When you have written handing over reports. On that note, I will tell us to be safe always. Thank you.
Yes, sir.